Hi! Have you ever opened social media for just 5 minutes and suddenly felt like everyone is moving forward except you? Like one friend gets an internship, another wins a competition, another is getting a job, like someone else already seems to know exactly what they want to do in their life. And then there is you, sitting in your room at 2 a.m., staring at unfinished assignment, wondering like, what am I actually doing with my life? Because honestly, that was me. So there was a time during college when I felt like completely lost, not physically but mentally and emotionally. So every day I attended classes, I submitted my assignment, I smiled when people talked to me, but inside I felt empty. And every day start to feel the same, like wake up, go to class, go home, doing assignments, sleep late, and repeat. And then that was so boring to me. And then the worst part was not about the assignment or the stress, but the worst part was watching everyone else seem so sure about their future, while I couldn't even understand myself anymore. So some people around me were already building their portfolios, like some were active in organizations, some already have achievement, connection, plans, confidence, and everything. Meanwhile, I was just trying to survive for the week. And slowly, without even realizing it, I started to comparing myself to everyone. Like I compared my progress, my skills, my confidence, even my personality. And then I keep thinking like, why am I not like them? Why do they look so motivated? Why does everyone seem to have their lives together except me? And maybe some of you have felt that too, especially in college. Because to me, college is strange. People say it is the best time of your life, but sometimes it also the loneliest to me. So college is a place where everyone is trying to become someone. And in the middle of that process, sometimes we lose ourselves. We feel pressure to always be productive, to always improve, to always achieving something big, and social media make it worse. Because every day we see people posting their achievement, their certificate, the scholarship, side hustle, perfect relationship, perfect friendship, and everything. But what we don't see is their confusion, their fear, and their breakdowns at midnight. We only see the highlight. And without realizing it, we start using someone else's life as the standard for our own. And then that's dangerous because comparison is exhausting. No matter how much progress you make, someone will always seem ahead of you. Someone will always be smarter, more talented, more successful, and if your happiness depends on being better than everyone else, you will never feel enough. I learned that the hard way. Like there was a moment when I realized I wasn't actually tired because of college, but I was tired because I kept trying to catch up with people who were living completely different lives from me. Like different background, different struggle, different dreams, different timelines, and honestly, that realization changed me. Because for so long, I thought feeling lost meant I was falling. But maybe being lost is not a failure. Maybe it is part of process, part of growing up, and maybe nobody really has everything figured out. Some people are just better at hiding their confusion, and you know what I realize? So we spend so much time trying to look like we have it together that we forget to actually check in with ourselves. We answer everyone's message quickly. We show up to every class. We post things that make life look okay, but deep down we running on empty. And I think that's one of the loneliest feeling a person can have. Looking fine on the outside while quietly falling apart on the inside. And if that's you right now, I want you to know that I see you. The feeling is real and it's more common than you think. Maybe life is not a race happening on a road. Maybe everyone is walking on different paths. Some people find their passion at 18, some at 25, and some even later. And that doesn't make them fail. We need to stop treating life like a competition with deadlines, because constantly rushing to become successful can make us forget how to actually live. Think about it. When was the last time you did something just because you enjoyed it? Not because someone else was doing it. Not because you were trying to prove something. Just because it made you happy. Because it made you feel like yourself. I think a lot of us have forgotten what that feels like. And I think that the real loss, not falling behind, but losing touch with who you are actually. I know how scary it feels when you think you are falling behind. I know how painful it is to question your worth just because your journey looks different from someone else's. But your value is not determined by how quickly you succeed. And your future is not ruined just because you feel lost right now. Sometimes growth looks invisible. Sometimes healing looks like resting. Sometimes progress looks like simply surviving another day, and that still counts and matters. I think one of the biggest lies students believe is this: if I don't succeed early, I'll never succeed. But life is not that simple. People bloom at different times. A flower can bloom later and is not a failed flower. It's just blooming on its own season. So if today you feel confused, unmotivated, or insecure because everyone around you seems more successful than you, I want you to remember this: that you are not behind. You are not losing, and you don't need to become someone else to have a meaningful future. Maybe you're still discovering who you are. Maybe you're still learning. Maybe your story is simply taking more time, and that is okay. More than okay, actually. Because the people who take their time, who pause, who question, who get lost and find themselves again, they are the ones who usually end up building something real, something that actually means something to them, not just to their followers, not just to their parents, not just to the society, but to them. So the next time when you open social media and feel that familiar thing of comparison, pause, take a breath, and remind yourself that this is their highlight reel, not their full story. And your full story is still being written. So one day you will look back and realize that the period where you feel the most lost was actually the period where you slowly finding yourself. So keep going. Not because you have to keep up, but because your path, your messy, your confusing, beautifully imperfect path is worth finishing. Thank you.